Cherry Hill West is a school of great athletic success. Each and every year we have amazing playoff runs. We have students that go on to play collegiate levels, and overall the successes that we have makes the environment at school feel more united. And this goes on to say that our school spirit is nothing without our rivals over at Cherry Hill East. I'd say that overall Cherry Hill has amazing student athletes, so it really shocked me when I found out that a lot of my peers didn't know what Title IX was. I wondered why this is. Do the students not know what Title IX is because it's not completely represented within the school? Or is it the opposite? Is Title IX so applicable in our district that students don't even question inequality? I personally had my doubts on the latter because, as a student athlete myself, I have felt slighted at times. So I decided to sit down with some coaches and people from administration to really have my questions answered about Title IX. According to CBS Sports, Title IX is a federal civil rights law that states, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from the participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance."
Title IX is a statute that says that you should have equal representation for athletics.
It was developed for equity and access to education.
So Title IX really is something that supports equity in athletics for women.
You know, Title IX and the importance of this civil rights law.
They should have equal resources. That includes personnel, and financial, and opportunities.
Equal equipment, equal game opportunities, facilities.
Programs, resources, things that are in place, opportunities for males, there needs to be a commensurate equivalent for females as well.
This year is the 50th anniversary of Title IX. The effects of it in our country as well as worldwide are pretty clear.
You know, it's one of the landmark legislation pieces that has helped close the equity gap between men and women in collegiate and high school athletics.
Women have had more equitable outcomes, I would say, in the past probably 50 years or so than the prior total existence.
Advancement with Title IX can help our female athletes.
Obviously, as a country, we have gone through many iterations in our history.
As a result of the amendment being passed, we are starting to see a rise of female athletes who grew up in an environment where Title IX was present. The question to ask is if we see Title IX present specifically at Cherry Hill West and at the high school level. Historically, boys have participated in interscholastic athletic programs in greater numbers than their female peers. At the turn of the 21st century, however, girls are participating in larger numbers than ever before.
It's one of those things like a high tide raises all ships. So that if we're putting the resources in our women's athletics programs, the same as we're putting in the men's, is our women's athletics programs are going to be successful. Our student athletes are going to be more successful, and we're going to provide more opportunities for our females to go on to play collegiate sports and to earn scholarships, and then get to the next level. I think there's like a couple things that I'm really excited about that I think we've done. One and two of them would be the addition of teams. So we've added a women's golf team here at Cherry Hill West and at Cherry Hill East. And at Cherry Hill West, we actually have more members on our female team than we do on our men's team, which is, I'm really excited about that. And then we've also added women's wrestling and provided some opportunities for young people. And then in our women's wrestling at Cherry Hill East, we have the 126-pound New Jersey state champion. And then here at West, we had two athletes finish on the podium. We had one take third place and one take fifth place.
Yeah, I think, Cherry Hill Public Schools does a great job of giving all the male and female sports team equal opportunities as far as equipment, as far as, ability to play, giving each team a freshman, JV, and varsity level. I think that's not something that you get at a lot of schools. And I think, every female and male athlete here has an equal chance to be successful.
And I really don't think without Title IX that we would be able to have these programs there.
I think over the years, West has made huge improvements in following Title IX. I think things are definitely moving in a positive direction, and you can see it amongst the staff and students. Yes, we are doing things to improve Title IX, but personally, I think in terms of equity, there is still a little bit of an imbalance. So the female teams may be getting the same funding and treatment and equipment as the male sports, but what really makes the difference is how equitable the resources are. And I don't think that it's West's fault at all. I think it's more about how society views female athletics. One of the biggest factors to success is support. I mean, that's why having the home field advantage in sports is so important. It means that one team is outweighing the other in the amount of fans and support that they have.
I feel like when female athletes, and this goes for coaches as well, when they're supported and respected, then the athletes particularly perform better.
And I've noticed as a high school athlete that there is so much hype around the male athletic programs.
Something as simple as, at one point, cheerleaders didn't come to the females' game, but they came to the men's game. The females are actually much better than the men, to be quite frank. And the crowd comes in after the women are done playing, with a child who's working every bit as hard as a male counterpart, but not to receive the same level of recognition. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts, and it hurts deeply. So
I don't think that the amount of support has anything to do with Title IX, because at the end of the day, both the girls and boys teams are getting the same funding, the same equipment, and the same opportunities. And I don't think that the conflict is what Title IX does or doesn't do. I think the conflict is the intent of what Title IX was when it was passed 50 years ago.
yeah, so I think it moves beyond just the equality. We can have equal. We have a male program, we have a female program, male program, female program, male program, female program. But whatever we emphasize, whatever we talk about, whatever we support, that's what's going to be most recognized in the eyes of our community. And in turn, we actually are conditioning and socializing people that one is more important than the other. So we have to put value, I think, into our female sports as well. The enthusiasm that's embedded in the articles that are written or the coverage that we provide. We have to do the same, I think, for our young ladies also.
So going back to why I said I felt slighted as a female athlete at West. At first I was asking the question, why does the baseball team have a better batting cage and better equipment that the softball team doesn't have? And the answer that I got to that question was that, that stuff was donated to them. So yes, the school did give us the same funds and same resources, but one team got a lot more money than the other team did. And that comes down to notoriety, because now the baseball team has all of these luxuries and the softball team is lucky if anybody shows up to watch their games.
I went to the playoff run. I remember the last time the West baseball were in the runnings in the playoffs. It was unbelievable. It was amazing. What an amazing experience. It was amazing. The whole community felt like showed up and showed out there. I also went to see our softball team maybe a year or two prior as a 16th seed go down to Cumberland and take on the number one seed and put on the most inspiring performance I'd ever seen. It was unbelievable. And myself and the parents of the kids were there. There was no real, not that many people there. We came back to school. I thought we tried to, celebrate it. I don't know if they got the just due that they truly deserved that group of kids. I'm not sure if they did.
And that's not Title IX's fault. People watch baseball. People don't watch softball. That's just the culture around athletics. The best thing to do to even the playing fields is so much more accessible than it has ever been in the past 50 years. Today we have plenty of resources to encourage people to come support our teams. It's as easy as making an announcement at school. It's as easy as making a post to social media. And it's as easy as just starting a conversation with somebody. Somebody needs to take that step. Somebody needs to create the hype so that society's norms are changed. Because at this point, our athletes are doing all that they can do. It has to come from someone and something bigger.